Self-love is something that today's youngsters are really hunting for. What is self-love? Where do we find it? You will never understand self-love if you don't understand what is love.
Love is something that will never come up in your space if you're expecting it to show up through someone else. You're already starting your life coming from a space of a lack. It's not about me loving you, it's about me really desperately wanting your love. अगर आपके हाथ में आप ही नहीं हो तो कोई दुनिया आके आपके हाथ में अपने आप को क्यों समर्पित करेगी? You get not what you deserve, you get what you are. Now you're asking a void person to fulfill your void. We can fight all our lives, but there's one thing that we will not get, and that is freedom.
Love from someone with someone is an illusion.
If you learn the powerful self and you learn the art of internally feeling that, experiencing that, trust me, you will be a tsunami of love.
We're talking about the most important chapter, the most important person of our life called self, right? Self-love is something that today's youngsters are really hunting for. What is self-love? Where do we find it? Do we fight with someone to love ourselves? Do we give up something to love ourselves? Do we, no matter what, get something for ourselves because we love ourselves? I first of all believe you will never understand self-love if you don't understand what is love, right? So, in the most practical manner, Didi, not in words that sound so wonderful, that touch my emotions and go viral on social media, but what is practical in daily life? What is love?
Love is something that will never come up in your space if you're expecting it to show up through someone else. Okay? Love is something that you cannot want. It's so paradoxical, right? Because people only want love. पहले ही भिख मंगे होके बैठे हैं. You're already starting your life coming from a space of a lack. Coming from a space of a lack, that I don't have this, so I need love. After all, I'm behind you because, I love you. Actually, behind the word I love you, you're saying, Allah ke naam se de de Baba. Actually, it's not about me loving you. It's about me really desperately wanting your love. What is it that love that you're talking about? You have a void inside. You want someone else to, pamper you through words, to give you free gifts, to probably allow your say to happen or allow you to rule over them. In some point of your life, कि भाई तुम्हारी मर्जी चलेगी, I'm okay to take a step back. You know why? Because you're my guy or you're my girl, and and that really makes me feel happy. But all of this is very temporary. You beautifully asked me a question, Didi, what is love? Because everybody is looking for self-love. Now, we talk about love and we always forget the self. When you say self-love, again, my statement is, who's obligated to love you? Who's obligated to love you? तो आपने बोला self-love. Self को love चाहिए, correct? तो self से ही पूछ लो. So self से ही love मिलेगा. कहीं और से. So if I am walking around with an empty, patram, with an empty thing, and that vessel has a hole inside, whatever anybody does, कोई आके अपना खून भी दे देगा, that will also get washed away. So typically, we have to stand on our grounds a little more stronger. The story of the self, my darling, however simply you want me to explain it, however simply, but the truth is, अगर आपके हाथ में आप ही नहीं हो, तो कोई दुनिया आके आपके हाथ में अपने आप को क्यों समर्पित करेगी? Why will anyone surrender to you in the name of love? So for example, I'm a person who's walking around with this empty patram, okay, this empty vessel, which in English we call it stylized void, ठीक है? और हिंदी में ले लैंग्वेज खोखला, माफ करो पर खोखला है ना. तो एंड वी से इन इंग्लिश empty vessels make more noise and they go around saying अल्लाह के नाम से थोड़ा प्यार दे दे बाबा. So assuming I'm the person with this void walking around, right, and I'm completely खोखला, whom will I attract? Someone who can fill my void? Oh my God, I hope we are all listening to this very carefully, because you need to underline this. You get only what you are. Remember, I just told you, you get not what you deserve, you get what you are. So what are you attracting towards you? An empty vessel will not attract a full vessel. An empty vessel will not attract completeness. It will attract emptiness. So if there's void here, I will bump into a person who's equally void, if not more. And are you asking a void person to fulfill your void? It's like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, but for how long? It's like if you're tied up with the rope and I'm tied up with the rope, and I'm expecting that you will free me and you are expecting that you will free me. We can live in those expectations, fight all our life, but there's one thing that we will not get, and that is freedom. And that is freedom. So there has to be somebody who has to help me free myself from what? From misconceptions, from leading a world of illusion. Kalpanaon se grast hai mera man janmon se, and it's high time, I think.
You're saying love from someone with someone is an illusion.
From someone, it's an illusion. First, I need to fill up myself. First, I need to be worth being loved. First, I need to have that inside me. I have to have that inside me. I have to come from the space of giving, beta. I have to come from that space of adding value in someone's life. Now, again, if I'm trying to do something so I can add a value in your life, again, there's a layer of artificiality, okay? If I am not feeling fulfilled and happy in my own self, okay, then that trying is going to be a waste. That value add should be automatic, by the way, and the other person who's meant for me would recognize it and would come looking for me. Always work towards our or your or my internal upliftment, and in that uplifted space, anyone who shows up is more than welcome. But हमको पीछे नहीं पड़ना है. हमको ये बात से, we are starting our search. You're starting your search. Why do you need to search? The way universe operates is the quality of your brain. Accordingly, cut, copy, paste, manifestation. We've understood this, we've heard of that science, everybody talks about that. Fine, great. So, but where do we go wrong? We do the other way around. If the manifestation is right, I will feel nice, no? So, Didi, can we not pray कि manifestation ढंग का हो जाए, हमको पीड़ा ना होवे, तो हमारी जो प्रतिक्रिया है, the reaction है, वो ढंग की हो जाए. See, we don't want to put a single effort. And again, it's paradoxical, it's an irony. The effort is only from the outside. Actually, to just be, how much effort would it take? How much effort would it take for water to be water? For air to be air? There's no effort. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. So if we embrace that reality and just take that plunge of a right decision of the self, trust me, if you learn the powerful self, the magnificent self, the reality of which is with you 24/7, and you learn the art of internally feeling that, experiencing that, trust me, you will be a tsunami of love yourself. So love is being. It's not giving and taking. Love is just being in that uplifted space, okay? Just embracing life. Being a person of no complaints, being a person of no judgment, being a person of no brooding, yaar, aisa nahi hua, yaar, waisa nahi hua. Be a person with complete okayness. Be in that complete internal alignment and say, look, I'm so happy. The biggest celebration is that this body is breathing, man. This body is breathing and life is full of colorfulness. It's celebrative. No, a human body is the highest yoni, right? So if we have that, so there's a lot of opportunity. So, okay, forget about the Atma self, even your mental self. Mental self is, again, like I said, it is an illusion, but it takes a lot to break that illusion, because we are carrying that along with us. Carrying what along with us? That illusion from so many janmas, so many janmas. And death is not a destination. It does not end anything. It is a continuation, right? It's a continuation. So that comes along with us. So I understand that it requires a solid holy company to help us look within. And once you look within, the mirror is so strong कि सब मालूम पड़ जाता है अंदर का, and you just have to follow. It's like a computer. A child who wants to learn computer has to just open the computer and start. The computer will teach you how to use it. Similarly, if we learn to just look inside, your insides are so powerful, they're so strong, it's an entire cosmos. Brahma Tattva is just here, there's nothing. What you see outside is through your senses, but what you tag in your mind is based on the basic quality of your brain, right? So even if you just look at your brain, just look at your brain will show you the way to go home. And home is yourself. And self is enchanting, powerful, always there, steady, the tattva, and the life is ready to teach you so much when you are ready to touch your highest self. It'll hit you a bit. There will be a few heartbreaks in the journey, but then you're always going to be connected more deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you do that, you are the love. And when you are a walking, talking love, you will only attract nothing but love. Everybody is coming with a bhik manga. Everybody. So if you're able to give love by just being yourself,
Yeah, it's a superpower.
है ना? So the way you are, भरा हुआ पात्र, आप किसको अपने जीवन में attract करोगे? Right? Probably Lord Shiva will only have to walk in to be in love with you, to share the love with you. I mean, Lord Shiva is everywhere, he's omnipresent. But just, for a figure of speech, only because he's the highest energy, right? So the highest will show up in your space. अभी उसके लिए आपने कोई कर्म करे, कोई कर्मों का फल भोगा, कुछ भी ऐसा हुआ, कुछ भी वैसा हुआ, कोई जंत्र करा, मंत्र करा. Actually, no. You've just touched base with your own beautiful higher self and do whatever it takes to be there. Whether you're 20 years old, whether you're 30 years old, whether you're 80 years old, it is never too late, and age is not the matter at all. Start the journey from today, and there's nothing but happiness, happiness, happiness. You're free from all karmas, you're free from any action, you're free from any bondage. Because to reach yourself, it's a pathless land. Na paisa chahiye, ना धक्के खाने की ज़रूरत है, ना कुछ करने की ज़रूरत है. Why? Because we are talking about self. So self, love will follow.
Well explained. It's a absolutely new definition of love versus self-love.